historic, especially in FlyQuest's form. There is no signs that point to the fact that they're going to be dropping this qualification. We'll get straight into the game though, and we'll kick it off with a classic A execute. Got a triple setup here, under Valk stairs and triple to fight for FlyQuest as this execute comes out. Oh my lord, Ins.
Okay, straight into the action. Vexite just going to be trying to lock it in with the Julies. Finds that second on a Pain, spinning around, thinking maybe that dropout came, but it's just Gump and Slimy trying to make this one work. Slimy won't be able to escape. And FlyQuest coming out of the gate, showing they mean business. Pistols were a weakness last night, Mitch. Remember that?
Yeah, it's going to be demoralizing for Mindfreak to go straight into this first gun round and get shut down this hard. You can see they have a very clear plan. Like, those are not the meta smokes across mid-site and understairs. You know, Mindfreak had a clear plan of what they wanted to execute there, and it never got going. They got absolutely dumpstered right out the gates. And Mindfreak very clearly sending a message, the momentum already in their favor, and Mindfreak are going to have to show us some serious resilience today.
I felt like FlyQuest knew what was coming to having a player that firebox, as well as underneath balcony. They did a little bit of a counter strat, and just here out of the gates, Mindfreak making a lot of noise and Pain taking a lot of damage, but Tuck's in the corner. Has found Ali going well too aggressive.
Yeah, those are the kind of kills. Like, Ali's clearly playing hyper aggro, trying to get in the face of them, knock the confidence early on. Those are the kind of kills you need to continue to get. Just continue to punish that aggression out of FlyQuest and keep them honest. That's a nice dink as well onto Ins.
And that's going to be the mop-up. So see you later, Glocky boys. That MP9 not going to find any more action from Mindfreak. And FlyQuest with the 2-0 start is going to give him a little bit of confidence. Some rifles, decent weapons brought in the previous will be carried across to here. So a little bit of a bonus round going to be coming through. We'll see what Mindfreak opt to do with their full buy.
Yeah, for me, this game for Mindfreak is about just getting a learning experience in, you know? Just being in this kind of environment, being this kind of match. It's the kind of thing that you have to kind of learn for yourself. How it feels, what you're capable of. Early mid-pressure with the U2 here for Mindfreak. See FlyQuest exchanging their own smoke. Dexter's going to get some info. Over in towards A ramp. He's already pushed quite deep there. Mindfreak just keeping an eye on B apartments and starting to make some moves towards middle here.
Nice opening. Vexite, the fragger so far for FlyQuest, 6 kills in 2 rounds, is now out of this one. Things will get a little awkward as Ins is still here in the window. Yeah, should be a free upgrade to an AK if Mindfreak don't lock him in, and they're not going to. Gump can't quite spot him as that smoke's in the way.
Just runs through a smoke dry with a molly towards unders. Just not a play you're ready for. A super gets caught off guard by that. That's a nice trade though. Gump, he's been boosted up into window, got his way towards ladder, and he's actually punished that aggression. Now a 2-man aggression on Brick's side, and Mindfreak very much just holding passive for further pushes. They've got a player on stairs, player on ladder room here. They're controlling the map.
Oh.
Gump not ready for that timing, unfortunately.
And with that contact, it's just going to be the pump back the other way, knowing 2 players were on short. Mindfreak mollied off at Con for the moment. Nade straight onto Dexter is going to be enough to force him into ladder. Slimy finds him there through the crawl space. But FlyQuest with 15 seconds have both of their defenders here. Ali just holding, not seen, but will be taken out, and it's a beautiful round to close for Mindfreak.
He kills some tucks. Good stuff from Mindfreak to keep their heads on. Straight there. Vexite, very poor. Forced up an M4A1S last round, so down to 1700. That is the round that puts the economic pressure on Mindfreak, and despite a couple of hiccups, a couple of random curveballs being thrown in there by FlyQuest, trying to play confident and aggressive, Mindfreak still showing they're resilient enough to navigate their way through the mid-round, even when the time is getting low, and not overlooking those cheeky little positions that can end the round if unchecked. This is a swing round. Both teams low on the loss bonus and low on cash. No util left over for FlyQuest. They've got 3 smokes and a flash to get through the rest of the double aggression. into A ramp, completely catches Slimy. That's going to be a rifle picked up by Vexite that he didn't have access to before.
Apologies if you can hear the crying dog in the background. Someone must have walked on her street again.
She really wanted Mindfreak to win this round, and it's not going well.
Yeah. Big Slimy fan. Well, still a chance with the man down, but with this position, you'd expect them to only really want to try and hit this B site with a split. FlyQuest are ready. Inns already on the fast rotate here in Market. And Dexter not too far away in Jungle, so can stack it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And the bomb is making its way to the back.
There's 3 on B. Dexter, smoke broken by Vexite there, is going to creep through and find another. Well traded by Payne. Good spacing, but they've still got 3 players to get through on this B site here, Mac.
Yeah, and Ali, he's in a solid position to deal with it, but it's Liaz who needs to get traded out here. Spotted, super, can't get around the corner. And Inns, as we mentioned earlier, the fast rotate locks it in. 3 alive at the end and 3 on the board for FlyQuest.
Yeah, missed opportunity at the reset for Mindfreak. They're only on the single eco though, 2.4k loss. Got Payne, who you can see on the replay has a bit of extra cash, could actually like get a hero rifle, something of that nature, try and do some damage. Drop some pistols over the boys, perhaps. Although here's the AWPer as well. He might just want that extra cash for the AWP fund. Next gun round. So Mindfreak just getting some deeds to see if they can take a gun or 2 away. Not trying to do anything too crazy this round. Taking the time to discuss. I think you can see Mindfreak from the way they're playing. Oh, that's nasty. Super a bit unlucky to go down to that. You can see they're anticipating that aggression, like they're double holding the B push. Yeah.
Ooh. Tap in.
Nice.
Won't be able to beat the Glock there. It had minimal bullets left in the clip to make it happen. And Tux going fast, but unfortunately, fast to the grave. Slimy in a 1v4 with just a deagle. I'm going to give him 1 at best. If he gets spotted here, he'll get 3-man swung. And that's exactly what happens. Ali takes his head right off. And it's a very solid start for FlyQuest with a 3-round lead.
Payne's got the AWP out. Held over extra cash to make sure he'd have that heading into the next gun round. But that's a great round for FlyQuest to stabilize their economy. See the cash on the replay getting a little low for all of the boys, so 4 alive in that round is massive for them. It's really going to put Mindfreak through their paces on this T side now. Smoke's being thrown by Super here. Pressure to top mid for Vexite. Looking like he's going to get set up by Inz's flash here, or maybe Ali. Yeah, Ali's going to flash him up top mid. Oh, it's actually underpass flash and he peeks dry. Aggression on A ramp in the meanwhile. Nexus copped a lot of damage. Vexite pushing top mid gun was nowhere near ready for that, and that's a pick in unders as well.
Really disruptive there at mid, hey. Just going dry for the most part, catching them all off, and now it's just going to be the one-pronged approach at A. Mindfreak, can they even get past the first wave of defenders here? Ali takes Payne out of the equation, and Slimy on 6 HP. This is the Super wants to trade him. That first contact, Slimy swinging, will find 1, and the double, okay. Now we're cooking. Super on the trade game. Brings it to the 1-on-1, and with a minute on the clock, Liaz swings from CT to get a nice timed trade and lock it in for FlyQuest.
Hell of a round from Slimy, though. Almost brought them back from a 2-man deficit off the bat. As you mentioned, as soon as that top mid player and the unders players were lost, that was a 3-on-5. And Slimy, by the way, when he gets his 3k, was like 30 HP. Down to 6 HP.
No, 6 HP, full blind.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
He still gets 2 there. Unreal. But still not around. Good economy pressure, nonetheless. And Mindfreak now investing a fair bit in this round to try to keep that economy pressure on. They've got an A execute in mind. Gump is just applying some util pressure to mid first. And out comes the exit.
Fast, going dry, and looking to get this one over and done with. Inns will fall. But Dexter's here to trade. 8 in the clip. Oh, and the flash is good, but the shots are not. And Super will be able to punish Dexter for that play. Time. Still plenty of it for Mindfreak in the round. And some footsteps starting to make their way towards CT. They're going to try to get the plant money, but there's no cover. And Gump at range with the MP9. Oh, we'll lose that fight.
Still took 2 guns away. Mindfreak doing the classic of just keeping things pretty competitive. Gonna take a tack timeout. They still have a window here to get back into this T side, but it's starting to get a little bit too far away, you know. Got to win, you know, one of the next 2 gun rounds, I think. Start to make a dent in his half. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty one-sided scoreline. Looking at FlyQuest money. Dexter's going to buy. And then they're going to have, like, 4 players with 2+ K and 1 player who's broke. So with 1,400 loss bonus, that's literally 2 buys. Like, FlyQuest has this buy. If they get reset, they can reinvest and then they're broke. So Mindfreak, the goal here is very much these next 2 to 3 gun rounds, you got to either win 2 in a row or you got to keep them really close, really competitive, and keep the press on, keep reinvesting so you can create that reset window and try to bring this back to like a 5-7, 4-8 kind of situation. Change up from Mindfreak after the tack timeout. Been very active towards middle.
Yeah.
Slow kind of defaulty play, a little bit of pressure towards A main. This time, a mid take with multiple flashes. Broken smoke inside window, punished well by Tux.
Yeah, doesn't quite work out as intended. Dexter breaking the smoke for ins, but doesn't work in their favor. And Dexter going to be playing around the box, has to try to get the reload off, which he will do just in time, but locked into the corner. It's an easy trade for Gump. 2-man push through apps here. Ali takes Slimy out. And that's going to be one of the wing players down with the bomb at the back of apartments. It gets awkward. Super starting to make his way back through underpass. We'll have a fight in just a moment, but how's this timing? Oh, the crosshair goes towards apps. And Vexite might be able to find even more. He's just sitting here.
Yeah,
Oh, he can hear someone else coming
TV
too.
room player. That's it. He's going for 2.
I love this. Does he get cleared? No one looking at him. Oh, he's already won the round. Oh, no! He's done it! The problem with an M4, you see it right there. Crosshair in the perfect spot, but a dink from behind knocks the head forward. So the second bullet didn't connect. And now there's a chance that Mindfreak can maybe make this happen, even though FlyQuest know everything.
Yeah. It's Ali on the site here with an AWP.
Wait, the timing.
Yeah, one missed timing could be the end of it, and Payne might have found it. There's the util pressure out from apps. Oh, shot missed though, and the 5-7 applying a lot of pressure here. Both of these players are so low.
The molly will kill him. And now it's up to Payne, who's getting crept upon from App's side. And he's full tunnel visioned. Well played round from FlyQuest in the end, but that got really, really close. Much closer than I thought it would have.
I mean, it shouldn't have been, right? Just one of those things. Excite plays it perfectly, but yeah, what can you say? Just
To be fair, that shot from Super, that one where he flicked around after getting dinked.
Yeah.
This shot from Super, you'll probably see here in the replays, is the one that almost saved the round for Mindfreak.
Yeah. Like, look at the model. Not even as bad as in CS as it is in the cartoon shooter. There's so many weird animations in that game. Is the cat aggression. It's a lot from FlyQuest. Just one flash over the top. Gus just found Ali in the meanwhile, untraded by Payne though. The double cat swing has been really good for FlyQuest at just breaking these defaults.
Locking in. Ins. Loses to the swift peek from Super, who are going to try to retake mid from bottom mid, and it's worked out. Super is sharp right now.
Yeah. Him and Slimy are Mindfreak's 2 highest rated players, like within 0.01 rating of each other. They're both playing extremely well, as is the case in this game.
That was almost the perfect round out of Mindfreak. But because the molly was there, Slimy's gone for the peak for the info. Liaz hits a crispy one. And Super is now behind the 8 ball. I don't know if anyone's heard him running there at top mid. Doesn't seem to be the case. But he will retrieve the package. And with 45 on the clock to get somewhere and get this bomb planted, it looks like if he goes B, he will be making the right read.
Yeah. He's chosen the right site here. Going to be a long, long rotation out from Liaz.
Yeah.
Full belter util for both of these players. See where he's going to choose the after plant. Because Leo's very much committing to A here. So just a mid-site player, he can defend that from a lot of different spots.
Yeah.
Just going to choose to play bench though.
Leo's going as quickly as he can up short. Molly, smoke, and flash. We'll see where the Molly decides to go. Doesn't even get used. Super facing behind that smoke, and Leaz gets caught right off. Well played round from Super. Big shots, 4K. And look, if it's going to take that for Mindfreak to consistently get these T-side rounds, then I'd be a little bit worried, but
I mean,
hey, we'll see how many we get.
They fought their way out of that one. Like, Super recognized what the setup was and broke it down a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, FlyQuest definitely making the right moves to win that round. And now they're very resettable. This is what I was talking about. If Mindfreak win this round, they break the money, and then 7-5's a possibility. They have been getting pummeled in this game, but they've been consistently pitching in the kills, you know, keeping the economy honest. They just need that reset window. Double aggression into Palace here. Slimy has got to defend this, and he's caught with a molly out.
Timing couldn't have been worse for Slimy. You could see what he was angling for, and the molly as well towards A main just cracks this XC completely in half.
This is where Gump has to activate on the wing. Like, they cancelled this A every day of the week. They saw the two-man aggression. That's at least 3 players, because you're expecting someone stairs side as well. Gump, knowing that B's the weak side, they are still here with a full belter util and an MP9, and FlyQuest are quite happy to just chill with the setup they have. They've just pushed Palace, they just got info, so the rotation's going to come into B, but the XX's already here.
Oh, Mindfreak going loud, and Leo's going to be dropping the molly nade combo to try to keep him at bay and buy some time for the rotations. Him living at empty is so crucial to this round. Kane, nice angle found, and they're going to be able to almost lock it back in. 3v2 though, and the bomb yet to be planted. 40 on the clock. Nice flash across the top, and Ali is right out towards the bin side. Tux, the veteran, needs to take this one out, and we'll find one of the 3, but there's still 2 more prongs to find.
Yeah.
One, of course, flashing across the top of market, and this one here on short. Oh, it's awkward. But Dexter wins it eventually.
You'll wanted the Cinderella storyline, though. Like Tux 1v3 against some of his former teammates. Yeah. Playing on a lesser team to break the money. That would have been massive. That would have been a game-changing round to win. But unfortunately, no magic made this time. Good call from Mindfreak to try and consolidate that 4 and 5 after the Palace peak came in. They had that lurker on the extremity. Gump gave them a contingency plan to play into, but unfortunately just could not close the XVX.
All right, action out mid. Mindfreak not ready for Ali. Doing Ali things, pushing through that smoke on a timing. And this eco gets torn to shreds in a relatively quick fashion, 20 seconds. Big round.
Yeah. And this is where, like, the scoreline doesn't tell how close some of these rounds have been, but overall, this is still an absolute stomp from FlyQuest. As expected. There are moments here and there, though, that you see the potential for Mindfreak. See some big individual multi-frags, but overall, this is why FlyQuest are the most dominant team in the region. They're just better, more experience, you know, used to playing CS at a higher level. I know all the meta plays, like an underpass push with the B anchor flashing over the top. It's not something you're ready for. As Mindfreak, you probably wouldn't have seen it. Good stuff from Pain, though, to peg a pick back at least.
Nice timing. Unfortunately, not ready for Dexter. Over towards Tetris there. Advanced position towards A main.
Yeah.
Keeps it close. 3 remaining for both these sides now.
That's one of those things where it's just like too fast to check which player you killed. Right? Yeah. Alistair would never be the A anchor there.
And that's a tough one to get away from. Super missing another smoke push, but Leaz was at the ready. Now they've lost a man advantage.
Mindfreak just trying to work a pick individualistically. Gump applies some pressure towards B. Gets smoked off. Payne has been able to walk up, but can't hit that shot. Needed to. Down to jungle player is going to take him out. And Gump throwing a market smoke. A very sad market smoke. Looks like it's probably 10-2 here, unless he comes up with something magical.
Well, Leaz Nicely placed molly. And so good at maneuvering just around all these pillars. Gump finds the first, but he has to go for the reload, and that'll be the nail in the coffin. 10-2 for the half. 8 rounds the gap. Let's see what Mindfreak can do to maybe find some hope in the second, but that's coming up after the break. We are back for a second half here for ESL Challenger League Season 47 Finals, and FlyQuest are up by 8. So see if it's going to be a quick half or see if it's going to be a short half. Mindfreak taking a pistol will certainly keep their spirits alive, but this push through the back of Apps is going to allow a fast flank from many members, maybe.
Yeah, they know.
Slimy just has to lock it in.
They know exactly what's going on. I mean, it's just a retake setup. Slimy's got a kit smoke. But FlyQuest digging themselves into jungle, close con, and planting open for triple.
Yeah, certainly makes it a little more difficult for Mindfreak to find a successful retake, and that pick makes things even harder. Over towards short now, Tuck's just going to be dropping a nade in there. Flash to try and maybe help someone else out. Awkward for Inns now that he is going to get pincered, and he's just going to run away. Play the timing game. Dexter finds his, and Payne finally activated on the flank, but won't quite find that firebox member. Crispy shots, unfortunately, runs out of bullets in the clip, and that is going to be 11 on the board. So both of those pistols in the back pocket for FlyQuest has put him in a very good position to close out this map very quickly.
You could see, though, that he was anticipating the peaks very well there, Payne. Like, he knew. He takes this first guy, makes contact with the firebox guy, unpeaks him, and ready even for that bottom stairs guy. Like, you can see the cogs are turning. And you've seen a couple of rounds that like that from different Mindfreak players where like they're able to multi-frag, they're clued on pretty well. It's kind of thing that I like to see. But the scoreline says it all at the moment, unfortunately, Mac. There's nothing I can say about Mindfreak. It'll change the way this game's going.
Yeah, and that makes it even harder. Unfortunately, Payne didn't catch a nice timing, but he caught a few bullets, and now it's going to be Slimy with a main control. Maybe making things a little bit awkward here. Tuck's going to be able to snatch one away in the meanwhile. Gump as well, falling in CT. So there's going to be some map control for FlyQuest to take, as we see Mindfreak as well with the mid. Trying to make their way up con. And what have we got? One flash, one smoke, no kits. Super with that util. Maybe make use of it, but it's going to be tough. It's been an absolute nuisance, and FlyQuest letting that time tick down to see if the CTs make any mistakes. Knowing that they are dug in here at Pal, at Default, and Super, hoping he can find an angle. Bit of damage onto Ali. Ooh, okay. He's cooking. He's been pretty bloody good for Mindfreak so far, and Ali's low. A 5-7 in hand. Ali hoping he catch a timing. Triple, and he will get the job done. Super, couldn't flick back fast enough. One round needed to make it a dominant affair to open up this lower bracket final.
Yeah, and yeah, FlyQuest all business right now. There's some pushback from Mindfreak, but they're just not ready for a game of this caliber. This is the first time they've really been in a position of qualification, and really in a lower bracket, you should definitely be playing Rooster or BNK here. You should not have to play FlyQuest in this game to qualify for the second seed for Pro League. Unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. Mindfreak doing the best they can. They've had some decent rounds here and there, but this buy is not the kind of buy you want to be looking at to try to fight for your life here on your map pick against the best team in the region. FlyQuest 1-4, Vexite. Applying pressure to mid. Info's been denied over there with the top con and mid smoke. The rest of FlyQuest grouped up in towards B apps as Vexite goes loud up con.
Well done. Yes, you've done. And this is the place you want it. Almost a third onto Ins. XM dealing the pain train, and Ins with bench control is going to make things a little bit more awkward for FlyQuest. Try and close it out here and now. Payne going to be swinging and just looking for any more info. Vexite a while away on 16 points of health, and Payne's also managed to make his way to jail. Solid season positions. The info, good. And Payne can almost lock it right in. One more bullet onto Vexite will get this one secured as a third.
Another good round
Ends up
from
being quite costly,
Slimy, as well as Payne. That XM took two and some change, honestly, on that angle. Really, really well done. And then the subsequent site flood after that initial. Like, he just stayed alive for so long that it lets these guys start to scale out market when the bombs dropped and things get messy. So well done from Mindfreak. They get themselves the third round. And that will break the money of FlyQuest. They're going to choose to even up their cash by spending it all. Pistols and armor. There's some util out here. Mid info is there. That's not where the Molotov want to land. But they're going to figure out pretty quickly that mid's clear and this is going to be an A attack.
Ooh, Gump. Played, but these Tech 9s are making this harder than intended, Mindfreak. And now they're going to be able to have this CT control bomb planted for it. What do we got in terms of util here? No kit for Mindfreak. There might be one on the ground. And there's a smoke flash nade on Payne, who is coming through Pal. So the util might not be as effective as we want here. And Vexite doesn't seem to be aware that it's going to be the Pal flank. So Mindfreak will play this together, and they should win this FlyQuest. Oh, hit shots like that, and now things get even awkward. They're lining up here. We could be said and done. Vexite playing the time. And with a kit picked up from Super, does he stick it? He's gonna flash forward. Oh, and that'll be that. Nice try from Mindfreak, but unfortunately, FlyQuest were just better this time. 13-3 going to be the scoreline, Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? 3 of them have 100 ADR. Alistair almost has 100 ADR. You can't beat a team where 4 people have 100 ADR. Like, it's just not going to, unfortunately, for Mindfreak. Yeah. Outclassed in this game. They don't, the majority of them outside of Tux have the experience of being in a qualification game like this against the team of FlyQuest caliber. and this will be a learning experience for them. But you know what? There were some good rounds in there. There were some good reads. It was a one-sided game, but not in the sense where it felt like every round was hopeless to me. I don't know if I'm just like looking at this one rose-tinted glasses. Like the scoreline says they got slapped, but I don't know, man. There's something there. There's something there, I think.
Yeah, I hope that it, gets a bit cleaned up moving into the second. But there were a lot of those 1vx's, 1v1s that it came
Yeah.
down to in a lot of rounds. So Mindfreak really keeping some of them close and the scoreline not reflecting how good they played. So honestly, I hope we get to see a little bit more of them and it's not another one side of the fair going into map 2, because otherwise it's going to be a very quick night for them. And that's not the way you want to get out, especially, or maybe it is. It's a Saturday night. Look, it's a long weekend. Could be a good idea.
I didn't even realize it was a long weekend, to be honest. But yeah, end of the day, we'll take a look at Slimy's stats for this game, as he was the Kadia player to watch. He actually had some pretty good multi-frag rounds. He had, I think, 2 or 3 big rounds off the top of my head. The round outstairs where he multi-fragged. He had the round with the XM. I think he had another round with on T side as well. So a good couple of rounds from him. But obviously, when you get 13-2, 13-3, the reality is no one on your team has good stats because everyone's getting.
Yeah, it is hard. So look, doing as good as he could, really up against FlyQuest on a map like Mirage, and at least he got a little highlight towards the end. The XM play, that little 3K, kept them in it for a one round at least in the second half, but unfortunately from there it was downhill pretty bloody quick. FlyQuest now moving into the map pick is going to make things even more awkward unless Mindfreak, happy. What do you think? Do you think they're going to be going for that T-side start on the Nubis?
Yeah, for sure. Look, it's a map that I remember them playing yonks ago. But yeah, like I said, you said in the last 6 months, I played it a couple of times. In the last 3 months, though, very few competitive reps in officials. And again, only one against like a team that's not that great is probably not going to have them very match fit for this Anubis game.
Yeah, well, it'll be an interesting affair, and we'll see how it goes for them. But of course, we got to go to a break before we jump into the second map of the series. So we'll see you after this for map 2, Anubis. Yes, welcome back to ESL Challenger League Season 47 for Oceania. We're one map deep in the lower bracket final, and it's been an interesting affair because Mindfreak have kept it close in rounds, but in terms of the scoreline, it was extremely one-sided to FlyQuest. But moving into Anubis, we might get a similar thing. We might get something a little bit different, depending on how Mindfreak start out of the gates. And if they can win a pistol, that can certainly change up the scoreline.
Yeah, I think like the Browns are going to continue to be close, probably. The Mindfreak players seem switched on enough to keep things competitive here and there, and we saw that on Mirage. I think really the scoreline diff is going to come down exactly like you said to pistols. I agree, but also just the XVXs and the collect. Some of the Mindfreak players need to clutch up some of these rounds because that was really the big difference on Mirage.
Well, whoa. Let's see how this one goes. Unfortunate dink onto Dexter. It is going to be the B split through mid window. Let's see if Leaz is ready for this one. Fast left side smoke is there, and he's not found anything, but it is going to be the cancel and a lot of noise made, but it's also drawn out a huge rotation. Vexite in the meanwhile, somehow in behind enemy lines, and with the site control, the bomb's going to go this way. So Mindfreak end up accidentally wasting time, wasting seconds, but Slimy is going to be able to team up with the rest of the boys to find 3 picks just like that, and it's Vexite in a 1v4. Big flank. And they seem to be aware that he could be coming from B main.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlucky. He was in the perfect position. His whole team died before he could have any impact. He's still going to give this 1v4 a crack, though. I don't know if there's a kit drop somewhere. He's trying to isolate these duels, bait out Mindfreak, over-peaking a little bit too much, but Slimy is still going to put him down. That's a big pistol for Mindfreak. I think the T pistol for an underdog team is one of the most important rounds to win. Less so on a map that's a bit more T-plus, but it just allows you to, on the side where you have to play confidently and assertively and make plays happen no matter what. Yeah. It just gets you off in the right mindset, it gets you holding the W key with the Glocks. You get yourself a successful strat into an anti-eco, you bully some blokes who can't shoot back for a little bit, and that always just makes the boys feel good,
Yeah. Can you see what they're going to be able to do? Worth mentioning while we're chilling here that the other day, Slimy, I think, did make it #1 in the old Face It leaderboard. And at the moment, it's Vexite sitting second with Netic on top. So there's been a little shuffle around. I think it might have also been while maybe someone else was out of the country. Either way, this one, I thought we wouldn't really have to talk about it, and it looks like we don't. The USPs, unfortunately, unlike yesterday, not finding that value in the hands of FlyQuest and Mindfreak. It's a fortunate one for them. Look, they win the pistol, they get into this round, smack that one out, only losing one individual, and let's see what they can do with the bonus, because you have to assume they're going to go for that with what they've brought into this.
Yeah, I just want to see them showcase what they got a little bit more, at least scoreline wise, than what we saw on Mirage.
Yeah.
Here's the full buy for FlyQuest. No kits. Down a little bit lighter in util than they might like, and they're actually going to start 3 towards bridge here early on with a deep smoke in mid there. Playing a 1-3-1. Mindfreak on the other hand, keeping an eye on B main. They've taken a lot of space on A main, and they're applying some deep util pressure. Similar to the pistol, just taking a lot of control and applying a lot of pressure in one part of the map early on to try to draw a reaction, and in this case, it's a push across bridge. But you can see Mindfreak's aware of that, and Tux, similar to what we saw on Mirage, is punishing that early to mid-round from FlyQuest.
Yeah. Into the meanwhile. Is not going to get mollied here, but he will get found. Nice readjustment from Payne there. On the offline, Inns couldn't find him. FlyQuest, hoping they can get this equalizer, or at least one to try to get close to that. Dexter finds Gump going dry through the smoke. There was a flash which blinded up Dexter, but unfortunately the timing was not great. Except Slimy's locked onto the sound through the smoke there. Dexter ends up getting 1-for-1. And the bomb going to be retrieved in Canal. There's been a smoke push. There's been an awkward moment at A main. And Ali now is in behind enemy lines. So it's free for Payne, who didn't see that push come through. And this should be a Mindfreak round in the 1v3.
There's a lot of smoke pushing going on here.
It really is.
And I don't hate them. I mean, the Gump one, I hated that. But the other one was all right. There were 5v3 and he just missed it through the mid smoke. I understand, like, there's gaps on the map. In the 5v3, you take your timings, yeah, but maybe a little there when you're up that numbers. Regardless,
Yeah,
they still win the round. They still make it work.
if you want to go deeper into it, I think the theory would have been they were making a lot of noise at A main, got that pick onto ins, so
Yeah.
Gump might have thought that the mid player should have rotated, but Dexter wanted the mid control.
Terrorists win.
But works out for Mindfreak regardless, so they will be 3-0, keeping it pretty damn clean. And that was the bonus round, remember? They barely reinvested into that.
Yeah, I mean, Mac 10, Galil 3 AKs. And they come out of it with a handful of rifles. Very sharp shooting already from Slimy and Payne. You can see that from them. I think they, like, you can tell by the way these guys are playing, they're not swayed by getting stomped on Mirage. They even felt like they, you know, had some rounds where they could shoot back, where they were playing decently enough. And I don't know if it's Tux or whether these players just believe that they can go toe-to-toe with FlyQuest a little bit, despite the first map, but you could see it in the way they're playing. Still playing with confidence. Mechanics are still on point. Not scared of taking these duels 1-for-1 early on. Tux has lost his life through the ridge smoke there. So main aggression continues. Not ready, rather, Slimy there for that B main peak.
Oh, this is going to get awkward. They don't know Ali's here. And the timing doesn't work for Ali. You could tell that he really wanted to turn around, but didn't risk showing a silencer or anything at that point to try to get his hands on the M4 from Liaz. But now on the 3v2, there's a lot of space here on B for Mindfreak to get this one done. But in the meanwhile, you got Ins rotating in through mid. He's going to be able to find himself an upgrade at some point. And Dexter as well with an AK. So we will see a two-man retake attempt from B main.
Yeah. There was a, as you mentioned, AK there for Ins that he can pick up. See if he can find it. 2 mollies there for FlyQuest. It's a nice timing for Dexter. Catches Super completely unawares. 2 players playing those E-box positions. And the molly going into the back site positions.
Not quite where they might have expected. And a nice post plant. I love that. Payne taking point, hiding, Gump on the swing after contact. Well played protocols. And that's going to put 4 on the board here for Mindfreak.
Good, man. Really dominant run so far on this T side. They've kept their economy pretty strong as well. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Mindfreak.
Where'd that gun go? You know, the AK was definitely there somewhere.
I saw it as well. I think it was back in T spawn. I don't know if it's turned around to look deeper into T spawn.
Yeah.
Either way, fast smoke to A main house and E-box as well as B main. So 4 smokes on the map here for Mindfreak. Trying to play a lot of info denial, dumping a lot of util in the early to mid round. Trying to feel out what FlyQuest is doing and force out a bit of a reaction. But Mindfreak very much still splitting the map here. Waiting for peaks, looking for a pick, particularly on B. Payne's posted up a duel. Trying to catch one of these CT players in transition. Across from E-box. Unfortunately, he's the one caught.
That is very unfortunate for Payne. Tried to get that util out as well. Now a smoke will deny the split for a moment, but they're just going to push straight through, and that's going to be Tux dropping the bomb into the hands of the CTs. Gump getting naded. This has gone wrong for Mindfreak, but look, at least they kept it clean at the start, so they got plenty for the next round, and Slimy could still do some financial damage here.
Yeah, definitely has the potential to do so. Isolating these 1v1s is going to be very important.
It's going to be hard too.
Crosshair placement, yeah, mechanics are looking as clean as Slimy's are right now. I don't know if that's even true. Honestly, like, these guys are looking so crisp right now. And this is like, the reason why I'm going on about it is it doesn't happen often, guys. Like, the amount of teams, like B and K included, that would get absolutely domed, like, on the first map and not, like, look that, like, confident going into the second map. This is something else for Mindfreak. Maybe it is like that nothing to lose kind of mentality, you know, like, oh, what can we really do? We got stomped on Mirage. Let's, like, at least try and turn up and do something a little better on Anubis. And so far, they've already done better. I mean, they've taken more rounds already in the first 5.
Yeah. Is that fast? Work smoke towards B main. Liaz sees at least one there, so no one's going to go for the early rotation. And just that smoke bang battle going down at mid as well.
Payne's got the AWP again on the T side, investing in that twice, and he's doing this classic kind of walk up on E-box, trying to catch this CT with util in hand, and that's exactly what he does. And he trained his second one though. Oh, he's going to get mollied off. So 1 for 1. Still pretty good for the T's though.
Starting to fire up this round. Dexter gets traded 2, and we're down to the 3v2. He has upgraded into the AK quickly. And Tux in the meanwhile looking to go and make some noise at A while Payne continues to force this push in through E-box. B main control for FlyQuest though makes this very difficult for him to try and convert.
Yeah, Payne really just trying to get that one pick that can maybe put Tux into an easier after plan on A. It's essentially what's going on here, but you can see Alistair looking for a pick in mid. Liaz is pushing B main, and he's so switched on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just checks B main. Now getting deeper onto the line, and this is exactly it. B pick gets taken. He's now got a deep line, and Tux is just going to get a free after plan on A.
Well, maybe. Payne might be able to find Ince here for free. He'll have to scope again. Oh, and that timing is
unreal.
Purely perfect until that happens. He's gone through the smoke. That's been told to him, and with Tux going down, things get even more difficult, but don't know that Payne is here. They have no read on him, I thought. Until he's bloody spun around there. Oh.
Is that the... that might be the play. Nah, it's not, is it? You always got to kill that guy.
Yeah, you need to kill him. You have to kill him.
Like, I could see what he was going for. I think he overthought it a bit. You know, Tux just needs to kill Inns going through the smoke, and then he can hear the second guy. I can understand, like, why you would make that play. Inns, I don't think, naded inside of the smoke, so I think Inns has just caught Tux running through that smoke.
Yeah, might have been
Tux was pretty low as well. He was only on like 30 HP, so maybe not so easy for him to win that.
Tux was like at the top of stairs, and I don't know if Inns just did an underarm flash and ran it in himself, knowing there'd only be one player on site. But either way, it worked out for FlyQuest.
I don't think he still had his HE. He might have flashed himself in or something. Not sure. There's the hero rifle on Payne. He very much is trying to take the hard carry mode role right now for Mindfreak and make some impact happen, and so far so good. Could have a chance at a pick onto Dexter there. Puck's now going to pick up the AK and try to find some more impact, and he's able to punish Vexite, but not before 2 of his teammates fall.
Yeah.
Look, 1 or 2 more kills with the hero AK, and that's fine as far as I'm concerned. And I like what they're doing. Gump is just being a decoy grenade at this point.
FlyQuest have every bit of info. I swear Liaz heard both of them running, but they don't seem to be in full belief of that.
Yeah.
You can see In's still worried about what's happening over towards mid. And Ali now spotting the jiggle. Gump going to be able to cross over to Macca's. And Tux now hoping he can maybe have a better angle than Ali. But Ali doesn't bite off more than he can chew. Falls back. And we'll play this one a little more safely with Liaz by his side.
I mean, we had a discussion about who should B&K pick up, and I don't know, man. The way that Mindfreak's playing right now, I'm not sure they need to pick up anybody. Mindfreak keeping the roster as is. They're gonna win this round. This is unreal. This was nuts. A hero AK.
Problem is,
individually going and taking duels across the map, but that's the bomb dropped. It was so close. It's crazy that they kept that this close though, and taking 4 guns away from FlyQuest here is massive, Mac. Like, look at the money. They've got to reinvest and empty the bank accounts on all of these players just to buy into the next round. And what's the loss bonus? 1900. That's reset potential earned by Mindfreak. And that wasn't even Payne. Like, Payne force bought that AK, right? Down to $900. And he wasn't even the one to use it.
It's good to see Mindfreak, you know, most of them all switched on right now, having a very solid performance here. Because every time we usually see them, it feels like maybe there's like 2 people switched on. But today it feels like everyone's sort of having a round, right?
Gotta be. No room for error against FlyQuest, and even when they are all switched on, he's still might get slapped in the server. Payne is not, though. Payne, I mean, Dexite's actually been a bit of a liability at E-Box, to be honest. Payne has been
very aggressive.
First picking him every time.
He's on that secondary orb. Will be smoked off. Payne, gets tagged up by the molly. Peeking into Inns is
Unreal.
generally never going to go well, but it did this time. Payne is getting those openings. Gump falling might have changed up the plan. And Slimy will be picking up the package and looking to deliver it towards A. Dexter gets cleared, but Payne doesn't go for the full effort, full attempt. And he now makes things a little more awkward for Tux, who's here on his own. And the bomb on the ground makes it a round that is mostly unwinnable.
Yeah. I think Tuck's just kind of in disbelief that Dexter's still running at him through double doors, but
True.
that is the confidence that being on FlyQuest affords you. Super 1-on-3. Kind of aware player here. He's going to get Dexter for free, but will he anticipate Leaz? This is what I mean about them being switched on.
Yeah.
Like they're always anticipating the second player. Like I feel like when we're watching Mindfreak players take a heads up duel with someone, they're clued on, you know. There's certain players that I feel like against most teams, certain positions rather, that FlyQuest will play. I feel like against most teams, they just go unchecked and you lose the round. But Mindfreak, it's been less common. These guys are pretty clued on most of these rounds. I'm loving it.
Yeah. I have to agree there. You could also tell, you know, with Dexter letting that happen, getting shot in the back, that's when Super's like, hang on, someone's here for sure.
100%. I mean, he's already... That's Spidey sense. Payne is continuing to go, I'm getting a free kill at E-Box every round. I'm going to go E-Box again.
Can you just get this timing on a swing with all this noise being made over towards mid? Maybe it's exactly the distraction that he needs. And it's Gump to take him at range.
Oh, now he's got an orb. Hold on. This is another... I would usually say, like, this is never a winnable round for Mindfreak, but this
Gump
is like
just jiggled and one-beat him from bloody T-stairs.
Jiggle one-beat. Payne's got an orb. This could be a reset round. If they make this work, Mindfreak, this is a reset.
Eagles. Oh, enough. Do more than enough. He is on. What is going on? He's a Deagle player, and in the 2v2, Mindfreak could cause a bit of a hullabaloo to FlyQuest's economy. It is in the bin if they lose this.
Yeah, deep left side mid smoke, a little bit of util pressure, but Inns is well and truly on that info line. It's the drop down into water. Vex site on and off angle, probably going to be unchecked around the pillar. Oh, not traded by Tux. 1 HP. That's a 99-4 moment. Unfortunate. Double AWP retained by FlyQuest, but Gump almost makes an unwinnable round. Very winnable.
Nice timing to go for that peek from Vex site. Crazy that he lives on 1 HP, but that's the way it be sometimes on the lovely game we love for CS.
We're getting into Mirage territory though, Mac. Like, it's, yeah, good multi-frags, guys. Very close rounds.
But they're not winning them.
Yeah, we're still not winning the gun round, so are we? Having some issues closing right now.
Slimy. Oh, it looked good. It looked good for him to find Vex site, but he just doesn't quite beat him this time. And it's going to be a 2-4-1 trade here. Gump almost gets all three there.
Yeah.
Crosshair was good to at least take the fight with Dexter, but the trade game keeps it in FlyQuest's favor. And Super a long while away, but still has that bomb to grab and a minute on the clock to work something into this round.
Yeah. It's been probably the quietest member of Mindfreak so far this series. He had a good round or two on Mirage. That mid round was pretty insane. But going to be a lot to ask of him to complete a 1-on-3 here. He has some info, knows Dexter was floating around B, and now he definitely knows. Rotation's going to come out here for FlyQuest. Dexter's picking himself up a molly and going to drop that at the feet at Super, make it hard for him to scale into the site here as the rotates come in. Alistair's all over that. Easy rotation in there, and FlyQuest going to go up 6-4, deny that bomb plant. Which is going to make the purchase a little weaker for Mindfreak here. 3.4 for Tux. 3.7 for Payne. So if they do want to buy here, it'll have to be Galil's and AK's mixed, or I don't mind this either. Just a hero AK, hero rifle or two, and some pistols armor. It's decent as well.
Eyes on the A side. Might be in for a faster one. A change of pace will be welcomed. And these pistols can all be stopped from one Molotov on the belt of Dexter. They're just going to go to A main and then hit the brakes.
Take a peek from Vexite.
Wide enough to see 3.
Yeah, Dexter's here with an underarm flash at the ready off of Inz's contact on the secondary ult.
He's making noise. Contact never comes through. Flash does. And Dexter will find 2. Maybe more. But Super follows through with that Tech 9, and now they're going to be able to not only retrieve that AK, but maybe find a little bit more. But that bomb's gone down over towards Ruggs, and Slimy has to pretty much do the whole round on his own. Just trying to find another late trade somewhere, trying to figure out where the CTs are playing from.
Gonna get the bomb from Ruggs. And yeah,
We'll have a read of 2 players on A here, with that flash coming earlier than the AWP shot.
Yeah. Double AWP. This would have to be serious whiffage from FlyQuest here. He has got a flash to break the angle.
Ali hits those. Saw it coming. And of course, him peeking close to the corner and Ali much further away from it makes it an easy pick. So it was a solid start to the half on this T side from Mindfreak, but since then, FlyQuest have found everything they need and more on the CT side as we move into the final round of the half.
Yeah. Tack timeout for Mindfreak. Maybe, I don't know. The rounds have been close. Like, what do you call a timeout? 4 to iron out mid to late round kind of execution. I mean, you can make some small adjustments, but ultimately that's going to come down mostly to just your fundamentals and what you're drilling in practice, right? So, yeah. I don't know. I haven't felt like Mindfreak have needed that much tactical adjustment so far. I do think that they've been a little bit loose pushing smokes and things like that, but that's that underdog factor. You know, you got to take some risks, cut some corners when you're playing the number 1 team. So I don't always mind that, to be honest. But the reality just is that they were up 4-1 and they're very far away from that kind of scoreline now. FlyQuest, again, been closing XVXs, winning a lot of the clutches.
Slimy ready for an aggression. Great nade placement. Chunks down Dexter, who will be going with the flash anyway. The nade goes deep past Slimy. They're not ready for such an advanced position. Vexite bowls over Slimy eventually. The Tux is there to trade. And if he can find this double, then that might be the B site open for business. You still have Liaz here lurking, waiting, and hoping to maybe catch a timing of his own. And he's going to be given this B main control since Tux is still real damn deep at T-spawn.
Yeah, FlyQuest have very much been pushing every time in the mid-round in the XVXs. And it seems like Mindfreak are ready. Well aware of that, but Tux not able to deny that third aggression from B main. Gum's going to see if he can go and trade his skill though, but Leo's quite switched on to that. Crosshair placement was perfect, and the movement on different elevation levels in CS has always been a little bit whack sometimes. That's a good example of it. It's like an easy shot for Liaz and an impossible shot for Gump to hit there. What a nade, Jesus.
Low peek into Ali. Maybe that's what Slimy needed to do last round. Yeah, I don't know how it's happening, but Payne's just bringing it. Really showing what he's capable of here in the lower bracket final. And him and Super just looking to team up and figure out where these CTs are coming from. Worried about the flank, but Payne in behind enemy lines. He's in between both of them. Gets the first, and here's the second. Super watching across the top. The flash might just break up the angles. Finds the first. Payne worried, burning, and gets it with the techie for 5. Well, what a round to close out the half. We have a second as well, but that's coming up just after the break. Well, a cracker first half for this lower bracket final on Anubis, but will we get the same thing going down on the second, or is it going to be FlyQuest running away with a game here on the T side? At the moment on the pistol, they're looking for a late mid control, looking like it is going to be a split, and that flash was way too good. Mindfreak not quite ready.
I thought Gump was anti-flash, but he copped a face full of as well. And there's another one right onto Super, who at least playing retake is, disrupting this a little bit, keeping things a little bit more interesting. But FlyQuest will get the site nonetheless, and Nexus on the lurk, making their lives miserable as well. Goosh for 7 damage. That doesn't seem
fake
fair.
Info. Yeah. Slimy. Still going for the head, even though that Goosh came through, and it is 8 on the board for FlyQuest. So Mindfreak still struggling to find those rounds.
That's BS. Like, if I Goosh someone with a USP, I'm gonna go run at him. But imagine
and try to go for the body shots.
spray him, and imagine that. Like, he's 7 in 1 in the head. I mean, I'm going on about it because that was about the most eventful thing that happened that round. Outside of the beautiful pop flash and day made from Alistair. So here for Mindfreak. The strat is throw a decoy at them and run. Out B main.
Next up. Ready for the swings. Ooh, getting tagged right on down, but Liaz going to be able to weather the storm. Plenty of bullets there and a glue to make it happen. Gump just sitting in the molly to find one onto Ins. I thought he was going to go for a teabag. Did hit him with the spray. And now he's got to pray that he can make some distance between him and Vexite. He knows it's a Mac 10 running at him. He's just got that knife out and going. But he's got to fight at some point, and he won't win that one. NT's in the chat. Nice try, Gump. But that will be 9 up on the scoreboard for FlyQuest.
Walker Lil's kept over. Very good start to the T side for FlyQuest. See what Mindfreak has to say about it on the CT side, though. Not easy to get an AWP rolling this early, so Payne's going to have to start with a rifle. Big smoke onto stairs there from Mindfreak. And they are going to throw hands a little bit in middle here, just peeking out Evox early on, and a 2-man setup towards middle on the bridge. Trying to see if FlyQuest aggress early. Well, they do, but Mindfreak weren't ready for it. Payne, I think, was setting up for the flash and just timed that play completely. Was Dexter.
Yeah, saw a bit of leg, saw a bit of shoulder. Saving it for free. And that molly's going to send him packing. He'll get back to safety and have a helping hand as well. To Payne, who is in a very rough position, and he's probably going to get double peek. We'll see a 3D onto Dexter. Okay. At least he had a helping hand not too far away for Liaz. Able to trade that. And a man advantage now for FlyQuest as they will take the bomb through rugs and probably just end up hitting A.
2 players here. Looking for a bit of a pick towards middle. Gun playing retake A here. Tuck's not going to catch anyone in transition. So may turn this into a flank based on Gump's info. You can hear the whole exit coming in. Slimy's nowhere near the neighborhood.
Little U2 lineups. Molly on default, so they don't have to worry about it. And Gump's going to be able to dominate the back of sight. Ins tapping with 20 on the clock is going to fall. Won't be able to get the Galil out in time. And this is a nice flood out of Mindfreak, just stopping any chance of the round in alley. It looks good through the smoke, but he's not going to be able to connect anymore. And that is 6 secured. The first gun round going stellar for Mindfreak.
Bit too lax from FlyQuest there. Gump should really not be able to get away with that much in heaven. That looked like I mean, this first kill was good, and then he's just, Vexite, I feel like when he plays against a team that's worse than him, loves to just try to go hyper aggro, try to send a message, and run at them. And most of the time it works, but that's one of those situations where he gets punished for it a little bit.
I wonder if in that specific scenario, he was also pre-aiming like the gap at heaven, thinking that Gump was going to run like he did in the previous round too.
Yeah. Well, FlyQuest throwing away a 3v4 where they had a site and were setting up a post plant. Now going to change things up, go for a B execute. Flashes flying over the top. That's so much damage from Mindfreak, but no kills.
Smokes aplenty, as well as full CT control. And Mindfreak, just like that, are going to lose so damn much of the map and probably the round. With the economy, you want them already to be saving, but they're thinking about coming in through Pal late. They hear a lot of footsteps going towards CT, and Super might be able to deal with this.
Oh, this could actually work.
The bomb's not planted for him.
This is a big hunt. Walking through the smoke again, missing it, but it's just not quite right. That was a nice 180 crossfire either side of the smoke, and one of those situations where you could see maybe it might work, but you're risking it for the biscuit. It was a big play that they were trying to make. They knew that a lot of those FlyQuest members were very low on the entry after the entry into B, and it ends up backfiring. They are completely broke. They're going to give FlyQuest not only double digits, but that's a reset round on a silver platter, anti-eco into 11 rounds, and it's going to take so many gun rounds back-to-back for Mindfreak to be competitive in this game of maneuvers now.
Fast left side smoke coming out, and FlyQuest looking like they're going to keep trying to condition Mindfreak. E-box smoke there as well, just to deny as much vision to the CTs as possible. Dexter shooting a bullet at middle, showing them presence there. Super in front of that molly. Still going to be able to stand here with the Zeus, which shouldn't see too much action. Remember, the range is shorter now, but your movement speed is a little faster. Molly towards the backside. And Tux will somehow make his way alive. Awkward as those shots were missed, but gets brought back eventually, and the B site is once again in the hands of FlyQuest.
Very clean, easy anti-eco. Pain trying to catch the lurk of inset, but not able to do so, and not much for Gump to do here, really. He is the
Super
tank.
switched on from ins, to be fair, but knowing that that push was coming.
Yeah. I mean, Gump here is the bank for the AWP. Should be the first AWP they're going to be able to get on the CT side. The way Payne was playing on the T side, you wanted to see him have multiple cracks with the AWP. At this point, though, like, and this is just MR12 in a nutshell and CS2 economy, though, right? Like, you don't win the pistol. It's hard to get that money rolling to be able to get an AWP. And, yeah, that's the case here, unfortunately. This will be the first AWP that they're going to get, and maybe the last if he doesn't make it worth it.
Well, what are we going to get out of FlyQuest in round 18? And more importantly, Mindfreak, now that they have another buy on the board.
They've got to win, what, 2 or 3 gun rounds back-to-back to break that team money?
Yeah.
And even then, it'll be like a half fight into another gun round. It's very difficult road back into this game for Mindfreak.
Wary, that nade gets cracked, or the smoke rather gets broken, and Payne is going to be able to connect from that position. Awkward moment as the CTs run into one another in E-box, and it's almost lost them the round. They still have one more player remaining. Aggression from Gump fully countered just by that positioning from Ins.
Yeah, I think FlyQuest are really starting to cotton on to some of these pushes Mindfreak are making. Can see them playing anti-aggro pretty heavily in the mid-round, early to mid-round, catching the rotations perfectly. And like I said, you don't make that... I mean, he did make it worth it. He did find a kill, but the rest of the team not doing a whole lot. There's another kill onto Ins, but the bomb's already in transition to B here, Mac, after the A execute's been faked.
Yeah. Looks like Tux was very interested in trying to find this mid individual. Liaz could get timed here. Eyes on the wrong position. And Tux still cops some damage. But a winnable opportunity for Mindfreak now. They do have no kit, but they have smokes, mollies, flash, and HE. There may be a kit in E-box or something, but it looks like they know it's been a little bit too long. Or do they? Smoke goes down. Very late approach. Someone's got to get on it, and someone's got to just stop this one from happening. Dink there. And Ali will find them both. Nice little spray transfer. As FQ find 12.
Yeah, broken money now for Mindfreak. About 3k on all of the boys. That's going to be the end of the game. I mean, Payne got the once and he got 2, but it still wasn't enough to win that gun round. FlyQuest, bigger, faster, stronger. As expected, it's lower bracket, do or die qualification for Pro League. They are the best team in this region, and they will not be missing out on an international tournament. Oh my lord.
That is a very unfortunate place to be for Pain. But FlyQuest
I think the
inflicting a
name
Pain
says
train
all,
of their
bro.
own. For Tux, going aggro, and the trade will favor Mindfreak to bring it back to the 3v3, but for how long? Vexite allowing Slimy to go for that reload here, but he's got a flank coming in, and he's pulled out U2 at the worst possible moment. 3v1 now, as Gump has an XM to try to make this happen. Looks like he will go for something with a little more range in that MP9, and hope that he can find this pick onto Inns, who's actually gone for the bomb, so he won't be holding onto the flank for the moment.
Yeah. Yep. Walk it up on B main. With FlyQuest with no contact made on E-box or spawn side, they've got to get a little bit suspicious at some point.
Where's he coming from? Smoke, no kit. Maybe no chance. That nade will punish him a little, and Dexter does the last deed. 13-6, 13-3 on map 1 as well. A very dominant performance from FlyQuest, but we know a lot of those rounds came so damn close. But